Hello everybody, my name is Yohan and welcome back to my channel, YoFrags. Thank you again for joining me here today, and I'm going to be talking about technically a niche house from Guerlain, but definitely more on the affordable side of things, but talking about none other than the L'Homme Ideal line extreme version from the House of Guerlain. This is one of my favorite perfumes from the House of Guerlain. Their original L'Homme Ideal line. I like those fragrances, but I forgot which one, or if not all of them. I believe they have that cherry note, and this one is the one where they replace that cherry with plum. And for me, that's everything. I don't know about you guys, but I just can't get behind cherry in my fragrances. I don't know, I think to my nose and on my skin, it smells slightly more medicinal than I would like. But again, right, to each their own. Kind of what I was talking about in the previous review for Afnan's Primacy Collector's Edition, right, packaging. Yeah, it's just normal cardboard box. Nothing special, nothing crazy. But, I mean, it'll do the job, right? You get it from A to Z without any problems. It's secure enough where I don't feel like worried that it's gonna rattle around in the box or anything like that. But yeah, just the standard packaging. Got the maker's batch code right there. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I say this every time. The most important thing is the fragrance itself. And this is also my scent of the day. I've been wearing this on and off like last week for about 4 or 5 days. And yeah, I love this stuff. That plum, that almond, but not too almondy. It's honestly just right down my alley. It's got leather in there, but in a way where it's like it's not like a distinctive note that comes out. It's super well blended in, and you almost get like a leathery feel rather than the scent of leather itself. Highly recommend this one. I saw people talking about this and reviewing it, saying, this is like the best date night fragrance. And I agree that this would shine the most in evenings and for those like intimate settings, date nights, etc. But for me, I like to wear just one fragrance all day. I just kind of pick what I'm feeling at the moment, or if I want, a certain, I guess, vibe to an outfit I'm wearing, or if I want to be very intentional about how I smell and how that pairs with, like I said, my outfit, what I'm doing that day. But to me, this is a all-arounder. Like, I don't think it's exclusive to date nights. I think you could wear it throughout the day. I have it sprayed on my arm. And yeah, it's just like a very smooth, almondy, not screechy almondy, where it can be like almost like urinal cake smelling, like the vanillas in here. No, none of that. It's very smooth, not too nutty, not too creamy, not too screechy, mixed with plum and leather. But again, it's not so much a leather fragrance, but it's so well blended. It's just like a leather-esque. Like, it gives the feel of leather. I don't know how to explain it. It's obviously scent is a very personal thing, and how it works on everyone's skin is different. But to me, that's what I kind of feel, where it's almost gives me the feeling of like leather, like I'm wearing a leather jacket, but not like a overpowering, like, oh, I'm dressed from head to toe in like leather, if that makes sense. Yeah, the wearing experience has been great. I do wish it lasted a little bit longer. Like, I sprayed this at probably around 8 in the morning, right around there, right before heading to work and whatnot. But it's got moderate projection for the first, I want to say, hour and a half, 2 hours, I would say, where it's a comfortable scent bubble. After that, I think with movement, it comes out more. When you move your arm around and walk around, I think that's when it really fills the space around you. But at around the 6 to 8 hour mark, it becomes more of a skin scent. Like I wore this yesterday as well, and I forgot I was wearing it after like honestly, pretty much right after like the hour 5 mark, where I wasn't getting catching any whiffs of it, but it was still, I did get a couple people asking me and stop me what I was wearing, but that's because my friends know I'm really into fragrances and I love fragrances, so they will often ask me if something catches their nose. They'll ask me like, "Hey, what are you wearing?" I like that. But yeah, I could no longer smell it on myself after like the 5 hour mark, 5, 6 hour mark. I really had to get up close. Granted, I didn't like spray this too much. Like I did maybe 6 sprays, and maybe that is a lot, but to me that I thought that would be enough. Where I just did 1 on each arm, and then 3 around like my neck, like sides of my neck and back of my neck, and then 2 in the front of my neck, like kind of near the jaw. But yeah, that's kind of where it was slightly disappointing, where I wish I could have smelt it more. And it's definitely not one of those scents where you go nose blind to. It's a very approachable, mass appealing scent with no harshness. Like, I would be shocked if someone were to tell me like this one was overbearing, or this one was screechy, or I went nose blind to it. I'd be very shocked to hear that. I think this is super approachable, super smooth, light, airy, projects really well, has I would say average lasting power, but again, after that 6 to 7, 8 hour mark, it definitely becomes more of a skin scent. My skin, I think, because of the tattoos and everything, I do think fragrances, and even in general, I've noticed they have a harder time lasting on my skin. So I don't get too much monstrous like longevity. And even if I do get like a long skin scent, it doesn't really last projection wise. So, this lasting like 2 hours, hour and a half of projection, I think that was nice. But I think because of that lack of projection, I think that's why, or I guess the lack of long projection, right? If that makes sense. I think that's why people say it's an ideal date scent, because pop this thing on for a 4 to 5 hour scent of being like really substantial. I think it's great for that. But if you're looking for like an all day scent like me, I would say you do have to spray again like towards the 5 hour mark, but I'm not the type to carry fragrances around with me. I think I would just think about it too much, and I don't want to personally do that myself. But yeah, honestly, great bottle. Love the presentation. I love the simplicity. The bottle is I don't want to say it's like plastic, but it's like a weighted plastic, if that makes sense. Like this top part almost feels rubberized a little bit, but I'm not sure. But honestly, I think for the price, it's so nice. I picked this one up. I think it was for 100 mil. It was like $60, something like that. 55, $60. So brand new in the box. I think on discounters, this is very accessible, very affordable, and even in the gray market, you can find a lot of this. I love the House of Guerlain, and this is definitely one of my favorites. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, but again, to each their own. Everyone's got their own preferences. To me, this, I think, is a perfect date night scent. It's got that smoothness, the seductiveness, the alluringness, and overall, yeah, just a really nice smelling scent. Like, if I could give it a rating, I think I would give it an 8 out of 10, where it's like a solid scent. nothing too much that like really bugs me, but also at the same time, there are certain things I would tweak and change. But yeah, overall 8 out of 10. I think as it dries down more, you get more of like that leatheriness, leather vanilla, but it's so nice. I think it's just, this to me like screams French perfumery, and I think they, as always, like Guerlain is such a quality house. I think they just knocked it out of the park with this. But yeah, let me know if you guys have this and what your thoughts and opinions are. I really appreciate you guys being here with me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, and God bless.